My wife laughed with her sister. He thinks he owes me everything. So I stopped paying a debt that never existed and watched her realize she was the one who owed me. I came home early last Thursday and heard Lena on the patio with her sister Gina. The sliding door was cracked open. Gina asked, "How do you get Nolan to do everything?" Lena laughed. He thinks he owes me everything. I remind him I gave up my career when we moved. I bring up my sacrifice whenever I need something. Gina said, "That was 6 years ago." Lena replied, "Guilt doesn't expire." I stood in the hallway, keys still in hand. Not angry, just finally seeing clearly. 8 months ago, I wanted a weekend fishing trip with my dad. Lena sighed. "I gave up my job for your career, and you want to leave me alone?" I canceled. 4 months ago, I asked about buying a laptop for work. She said, "Remember when I left everything behind for you? But sure, spend money on yourself." I didn't buy it. Every decision filtered through her sacrifice, her career, her friends, her old life. I carried that weight constantly. I thanked her for things she chose. I apologized for decisions we made together. I made myself smaller, trying to repay a debt she kept adding interest to. But standing in that hallway, I finally did the math. She chose to move. She wasn't happy at her old job. She told me that herself. I supported us for 2 years while she figured things out. I never asked her to give up anything. I decided to stop carrying what was never mine. Friday morning, I told her I was visiting my dad for the weekend. Her face shifted. After everything, I'll be back Sunday. I grabbed my bag and left. When I returned, she was cold, distant. I didn't apologize. Didn't chase her warmth. Week 2, I bought the laptop. She started her script. "Must be nice spending money freely when I gave up. You chose to move. I supported you for 2 years after. We're even." Silence. Week 3, she switched tactics, listing everything she did around the house. "I cook, I clean, I manage everything while you." I work 60 hours a week and handle the yard, the cars, and half the meals. We both contribute. By week 4, she was desperate, crying that I'd changed, that I didn't appreciate her, that I wasn't the man she married. "You're right. I'm not. That man felt guilty for existing. This one doesn't." She called me selfish, cold, ungrateful. But I noticed something. Every attack needed me to feel bad about myself to land. Once I stopped, her words had nowhere to stick. For 6 years, I'd been anxious constantly, always wondering if I was doing enough. Once I stopped carrying false guilt, the anxiety vanished. I wasn't afraid of disappointing her anymore. 7 weeks in, she found me in the garage, eyes red, voice small. "Why don't you feel bad anymore?" "Because I looked at the real ledger. I don't owe you anything, Lena." "I never did." Her face crumbled. "So everything I gave up meant nothing? You didn't give it up for me. You gave it up with me. We were supposed to be partners, not debtor and collector." She didn't argue, just cried. Not performance, real pain. The next morning, she asked if I wanted to separate. I said no, but I want a marriage where no one owes anyone, where we stop keeping score. She was quiet for a long time. "My mom did this to my dad, held things over him until he had nothing left." "I know. I watched it destroy him. I swore I'd never become her." "Then don't." We found a counselor. Dr. Walsh had her track every time she used guilt. The first week, Lena counted 11 times. She looked horrified. Slowly, she learned to ask directly. "I need help with dinner," instead of, "After everything I do around here." "I'm overwhelmed," instead of, "You have no idea what I sacrificed." 3 months in, I planned a trip with my dad. Old me would have waited for guilt-free permission that never came. Instead, I told her the dates. She paused, took a breath. "I'll miss you. Have fun." No guilt, no ledger, just honesty. 5 months later, she apologized, unprompted. "I made you carry a weight that was never yours. I'm sorry. I forgive you, but I'm never picking that weight back up." She nodded. "I don't want you to. I want a husband, not a debtor." I believed her, not because she said it, but because I watched her close the ledger one day at a time.